Motion would be like to open the meeting. Open. I have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Moving on, other appointments. Yep, I'm sorry. I need a motion to approve the minutes of April 29th.
I'll make a motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. No one will be. Okay. The following items may be discussed at the board meeting taken. A, old number 15. I have no updates on old number 15. And I was hoping maybe Mr. Flynn would have an update.
It's the fence issue, I mean,
Right.
right,
Yeah.
okay.
Still in litigation, and we, our legal counsels returned a letter to their attorney.
Okay.
Can't tell whether we got any back or not, so I guess we'll just leave it at there. B, FY 2021 year-to-date results. Next in the package is the results through the last Sunday, the 24th. Basically, we're significantly ahead of plan and significantly ahead of last year. That results is we've already exceeded the plan, revenue plan for FY 2021.
Please.
Any questions on it?
Nope.
Do you have anybody have any questions on year-to-date numbers?
Nope.
Are you reading the motion on this? No?
I knocked on his door.
FY 2022 into free cash of to 228, that's the end of it. The next two handouts I have gives us a brief comparison of where we were versus our plan to pay off the debt. 2 years ago, first page shows the budget outlook from 2020 to 2028. Oh, I'm sorry, 2019 to 2020. And it shows we have several assumptions. Labor expenses will increase 2% per year. Non-labor expenses increase 2%. Revenue was hold at the 12,019 level of $1,465,000. Construction debt ends in FY 2028 with no proposed indirect costs. And you can see when you go all the way to FY 2028, that the cash, or free cash reserve at the end of the payoff of the construction date was $260,000. So there was a plan that we voted to approve that allows us to revisit the debt of the construction. And it involves first thing in 2008, we purchased one rough mower and one clearway. And that was a cost of $27,125 per year. Let's see that.
Yeah.
And then, 2 years later, not this year, FY 22, but FY 23, we acquired the second rough mower and the second clearway mower. Bring both of those up to good condition. And then in FY 24, we buy 5 greens mower and 1 spray. Now we have 39,600 people with that. So if we do those things, all the mowing equipment would be up to speed, and we'd be basically going, once we get it free, we'd be starting from scratch. So it'd be in pretty good condition. But again, if you not include anything, any indirect costs, there is no cost for the programs. So we're in good shape. Now the second handout is where we are now. If you look at the end of FY 2021, all the way down, meanwhile, the revenue projection is not at the 1,465,000. We're actually, it looks like we're going to achieve 1,940,000. So the cash flow for this upcoming fiscal year will be roughly 500,000 plus. And the reserve will now go to 894,000. And if you draw all this line all the way out to the far right, it's saying when the debt is paid off, we'll have free cash of about 946,000. So it looks like the things have turned around significantly. And whatever it's worth, the reserves are sure.
We're all done with this loan 2028, that's it. So we've got 7 years left.
The last payment in 2028 is $55,000. 825. Yeah, 5 years later. So that puts us in really good shape. Much better than where we were 2 years ago. And
Everyone, how they want to go.
right, and if the trend continues,
I think this year will be all right. Then there'll be some kind of adjustments next year, I think. I don't know what, why. I think this year, as far as golf goes,
I think so. Everybody's low.
yeah, through the season, yeah, it is, yeah.
Well, everybody undertakes the plan, and now they have to continue that. That's
Slowly,
what that's continuing.
tournaments are coming back.
Hey, we close membership. And right now, I said that today. There's only 6 spots up. Okay? Any other questions on that? Captain needs refreshments.
next handout shows what we put together capital needs by July 2015. Basically, it shows the list of all of the things we need to do. Golf course fixtures, golf course structures, and grounds equipment. And you can see on the far right, it comes out to the green color, potential of needing $1.8 billion. since that time, we've been chipping away and adding equipment to the needs that we need to do. When I did marketing green, the things that we've already purchased, up above you can see we replaced the irrigation pump and upgraded the fuel controller. So that almost $130,000 is already in our plan. The golf course structures were replaced with 10, so that's been done. On the grounds equipment, we bought a power brush, we bought one triplex mower, we bought the sand pro bunker rake, we bought 4 utility vehicles, we actually bought, it says 3, but we actually bought 4. We bought the top dressing, we bought the turbine blower, and we bought one fairway mower and one rough mower. So the question becomes now, we have 100,000 in the reserve. We have about 21 based on the revenue projection. We're not going to use it. So the question is, should we use some of that money to purchase additional equipment? I know when Chairman Flynn was here, he's like, if we have the money is available and we can purchase it without leasing or borrowing money, maybe that's the thing we should do. And Manny and I sat down with Steve on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And reviewed his needs. And as we mentioned before, the next on our list was one fairway mower and the second rough mower. And through discussions with Steve, he's suggesting that we can make do with the fairway and the rough mower for another year. And suggesting that the more critical use right now is 2 triplex mowers. They're about $30,000 each.
What's the difference between a mower?
Well,
triplex mower?
they're for cutting the greens.
Oh,
The greens and fairway.
Wide hydraulic greens.
They're very lightweight and the
Yeah.
hydraulics come
What do we, Ed, what do we have now? How many? 3?
We got 3. Yeah.
2 are with the
I think he's actually got 4. He's got the new one.
Yeah.
And then 3 already older.
Isn't one like almost for, I think he said it was almost for parts, it wasn't,
Well,
yeah.
it's one's going on 9, 10 years old.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well,
And the other issue that we have, and I've brought up in the past, is on Steve's list, all the way down on the bottom are the grinders for sharpening the mowers. The grinder system they have is 21 years old. And it's my understanding, and I'm trying to get this confirmed, is that they do not meet OSHA requirements.
Right.
That they don't have the safety shields and the other elements. In noise control.
so what's the, is it the, you do the grinder or the 2 mowers?
Well, right now, we got, on the 2 articles that we have left over, we have 12,000 and $150,000 article, and 23 and an 80. So we got 35,000 there, and we got 100,000 in basically unexpected expenses
Right.
that we could use. So, the question, we've got about $130,000 worth of monies that we could use if we so choose.
how much are the grinders for?
He's trying to get an estimate on now. This is probably 80,000.
80?
But it's just one grinder.
Huh?
A grinder is just one.
Yeah, okay.
They put a ring there with a machine sharpens all the blades. But they closed it in there,
Yeah.
kinds of shields.
But there's two
I
things.
would say that's an end.
I think
It's
so.
not easy for food.
Yeah.
Somebody gets hurt.
Yeah, someone gets hurt out there.
Trouble.
Yeah, someone gets hurt, yeah,
We're in trouble.
they'll be right after
I
us.
think that's a good.
Yeah, well, I
That's
agree.
right, I would go with that, I would go with that.
So do we do that, Ed, in one mower?
But now there's two pieces of equipment. One's the needle grinder, the other is, there's a pair of the bed knife grinder.
And two dry blacks more.
Yeah, the two grinders combined cost about 80,000, 37 apiece.
And then we got also the gas tank replacement.
Right, but that's the things. We'd like to replace the gas tank, but we need to get, Steve needs to get the fire chief to come down and assess the situation before we can make any commitment there, because that's about $20,000.
That makes sense.
That's a safety precaution, that thing can be, if the explosion occurs there, there's a lot of damage.
So I think the bed knife grinders is definitely a priority.
Yeah, I would go that route. I mean, he's been asking for that for a long time.
Right.
And it has come to a point where it's a safety issue.
Right, it's not in our original calculation because it was kind of, wasn't required to keep the golf course running.
Right.
And also, you said something about veterans and wearing out on some of those, that's not just,
Something that's never been replaced,
yes.
you know, so that's 20
Sometimes
years.
you get through a little bucks, you would grind man, you know, everything's not level and real tight, because it doesn't form straight.
If we make a recommendation, we'll have to go before the Board of Selectmen to either use the rest of our part of the 32,000 and take from that $100,000 reserve.
Right.
So, that's,
A motion would be about it.
I'll make a motion that we bring that from the board for Brian. At least Brian.
I would try to put grinders in the two things, and then if they, the selectmen approve it, or they cut.
I'm almost sure that they would approve it.
The grinders, yeah, for sure, I would hope so.
Yeah.
The mowers, even if you get one to start with.
It'd be a help.
Yeah.
One less one you're gonna buy in the future.
if you buy them now, it just comes out of a potential lease 2 years from now. So it just reduces it.
So you're making the motion for that, do I have a second?
I'll second it, yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
So we're looking for the grinders and potentially 2 mowers.
Right.
That's what our next item is FY 21 reserve surrender, so it's included on that, so.
So we'll make that motion.
Now, we'll go back, we go to the Greens Committee, discussions. I think I moved out.
Yeah, I got it.
I got it.
Manny and I have continued to meet with Dana and Steve. It's one-on-one, we kind of alternate. We haven't got to the point where we can meet with them both together. Steve, Dan is still short-handed in the pro shop, so it's trying to put that schedule together.
I ask him all the time, that he needs help? Okay.
But he made a proposal to us to recommend hiring 3 people.
Right.
And that one before the Board of Selectmen was approved.
Okay.
And I just sent you another email, he's recommending that we approve another ranger start.
Yeah.
His name
Yeah, the guy that was retired from
Romaine Payoff.
Sheriff's department.
Yes. So he hasn't hired these 3 staff members yet.
He don't, they're not on board.
He has hired them.
He's in the process.
Is that how I
Okay.
We told him that the board of selectmen said go ahead.
Approved it. What I'm getting at is someone I know that, a few people that, you know, this is short hours.
Right.
Right, what, 24 hours if that?
Yeah.
I've asked, I don't know, if he doesn't have anybody, I have a few people that might be interested. Older people.
Well, that's really.
I'll ask them when I see them. I mean, I'll give them a call.
Yeah, I'll ask them to you then bring it to us and we'll recommend it.
So totally, Ed, we're going with 4 people?
Right, we got the 3 already approved.
Right.
So we're really looking for a recommendation to
Add 1 more.
add 1 more.
Okay.
That would be a range of starting, right?
Right, we want to do that.
And that has to go through, this one person has to go through the board of selectmen.
Right now, we got,
3
the
approved.
the next meeting is June 7th.
Okay.
And Steve Tibbles has 3 people on his list
Right,
to have summer help.
right.
If we make the motion here, I'll get this name on the list also.
I'll make a motion.
Sorry.
All in favor?
Aye. Before we go on to, what does Steve need for help?
All he,
Has he said anything?
all he asked, well, we've been after him to hire or to go into the, school there, what's the name of it?
Bristol Agriculture?
Bristol Aggie.
Yeah.
And, so he had 3, people from there, but one decided to take a job somewhere else, so he has 2.
So he's short 1.
He shows one,
And he needs it for what, just the summer?
so
Just
just
some.
All right, well, I'll talk to you about this. There's somebody there.
Okay.
Just get this Steve.
Yeah, all right, okay. The kid won't be around for another week.
Yeah, well,
Next
he's,
one, he's talking about
planning
starting
to
on
on
June 21st.
Okay, yeah, so this kid could go June 21st until the middle of August,
Yeah.
August 22nd.
Whatever.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
How-
He's looking right now, because the 3rd girl backed out,
Okay,
he's looking to find a
okay,
replacement and a name so I can get it before the board is selected.
all right, okay.
What is this person going to be doing? What is this person?
Laborer?
labor,
Just, yeah,
whatever he
labor
needs.
somewhere.
Yeah, it's nothing strenuous. It's not too difficult.
Pick up some
No, it's a-
trash and
It's a grade 1, level 1 position, so.
Be good for seeing. Good for seeing.
Yeah, that's good for us. Well, usually the kids take that job. You know, they go around and they put it in,
That's good.
and the seniors have a hard time.
Was it $15 minimum wage?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the 13,
13.25.
Want to talk about some of these other?
Yeah, that's good time.
Yeah.
You gotta bring them down. You get the staff.
Again, these are the type of things we're working with Dane and Steve on. If they have any input or whatever, let us know.
I got something towards the end there that Isaac brought up to me. I don't know if he brought it up to you, but maybe. Yeah, okay.
Chuck, we asked Dana to make, again, no golf carts in the park. He's working on a rendition of how best to do that. And him and Isaac have scoped out some ideas of what they want. We're asking him to get it down on black and white. Trying to get the whole colony, somebody to do a sketch.
Right.
So that we can sit down with Steve, Dana, Kevin, and Steve.
Right.
Zero in on exactly what we're looking for, get an estimate of the cost, and be in a position to go before the town meeting in the fall for funding to do it, whatever it is. So that's on his list. The third thing we talked to Dana about, needing some type of replacement for the porta john out on the back.
I read his email. the email that he sent about the portage on there, and you have to go to the Board of Health.
Well, we asked him to meet with the Board of Health to find out whether we can actually put a septic system in, or whether we can use one of those biodegradable chemicals.
Yeah.
But so that's, we need to get that resolved. Can we actually put something in the field or not? It's next to the river, so
What would be the option if we can't do that?
we'd go to some kind of biodegradable toilet. And you have some on the golf courses down on the Cape.
Right.
There's a website, I think I sent it there. They can actually check their website out. They have nice pictures beautiful pictures of the comfort stations.
Yeah.
And we've asked Dean or Isaac to go down and take a look and give us an assessment of the feasibility of doing it.
You want to buy one? Right.
No, you purchase it and install it. It's basically a permanent toilet in which all of the stuff is biodegradable. So we're getting him to work on that. The other thing is we'd like him to put together a residence email list. That's to get anybody who plays golf, who is a resident, what their email address. The objective here is we have $150,000 sitting in escrow for that farm.
Yeah.
And the question is, how do we do to get access to it? And one of the recommendations having to go to town meeting development. It would be nice, to my estimation, if we have some support of local residents to attend town meeting.
And vote for it.
Yeah, and bring up the situation regarding that farm money. Okay.
Right now, it's just sitting there, the state says to
Yeah.
take it and we put it in.
And what the purpose was for,
Was for somebody starting a little land to farm, they could use some of that money.
Because we purchase farmland.
Right.
we need-
so you have to give back, right? Yeah.
But the state now says it's not necessary now.
Oh, really?
So to put a sum in, they wanted to put it on free cash, we don't want that, that's how much we put it.
We can do it almost.
Yeah. Them guys in the finance committee will spend it in.
It's interesting.
The next thing is, we've asked Dean and Isaac to get involved in marketing and sprinkler heads. We need some help from Steve, and they're working on it.
Okay,
Also looking to put floodlights to cover the parking lot area.
that's a good idea.
And he said he's working on it.
Okay.
Also, he suggested at our last meeting that he could use a new beach slusher in the convection oven.
That I've looked at, and that goes up with the same category as that grinder that Steve wants. He needs something that
That's
is
good.
more efficient than what he has. That slicer, whatever, I mean, he'll be able to do 100% better sandwiches and so on and so forth. That oven, you know how many times that been fixed at school? When I was there, at least 4 times.
Yes,
So it's time for
to
him.
replace it.
Yeah, even if it's a table model that fits full sheet pans would be good. They have them, Manny.
I had an inspection here.
Yeah,
And the woman that come and inspected, we
yeah,
had lots all over the place.
yeah.
And then when she went into the slicer,
Oh, yeah.
you know, the little crack here, that little blade. you know,
Right, right.
She went with the tool that she had, see if there was any impurities in there. Yeah, I mean, it's awful.
Oh, yeah. But no, I think that's something that should be done for
Yeah.
there. And whether it lasts until we build a clubhouse, it's there to move on.
Oh, you can move along, but it's not something that goes away.
No.
So we asked Dana to get
Prices?
prices and that will bring that before us. And the last thing we asked him to work on are T markers for seniors. Special color or some setup. before we have to go print more copies. So,
Right. Okay.
other things we talked with Steve is to replace the 100, 150, and 200 bubbles in the fairways.
Yeah, they're gone.
They're gone.
Yeah.
We asked him to come up with a plan to replace the car path on number 8. And to get a cost estimate of that again, so that we can include that in our cost. Cost to replace the gas storage tank,
Yeah.
cost to repair the car path's bumps.
I was just gonna say that, 7 and 9. They're terrible.
Well, there's a few.
10 too.
Yeah.
10, all the hill ones, 10, 7, 9,
Paint the stripes, you say it's a speed bump.
and 2.
Yeah.
And 2 Ed going up.
When you ride it, Evan and I were riding the other day. and
2, 7,
we
9,
went through with,
10.
we were talking and I didn't see it. Oh, we almost came out.
Well, that's what I'm saying, put a sign there, caution, speed bumps.
So I asked Steve to work with DPW to get an estimate on how to do this.
Yeah.
The other thing we're asking to look at lease options for mowers. We're having trouble as the mowers get too old, nobody wants to take them in. We basically have a graveyard of mowers. So is there a situation where we can lease in and then within a reasonable amount of time, trade them back in, get some trade in, and look at those options. And the latest one, I asked him to give us an update on his capital project, to go through it again and look at what our needs are going forward.
So most of these items recommended by you guys could be done, not all of them, but most of them done by this season. Like the simple things, like.
Yeah, we're trying.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
We're trying, but it's like,
well, yeah, I know, they're both short-handed, so
Right.
that's
So I
the
guess
way of the world is.
we're trying to do as much as they can.
Yeah, okay, all
we're
right.
taking that under consideration. So-
Okay, yeah, well, yeah, every,
But again, we're not letting them walk away from it.
no,
So we keep them on their punch list and
right.
we're good at reminding them that we need to do this.
And it wouldn't be nice to do it, since we were here talking lease would be the one that least job is to option to buy after that lease, a short lease, and no option to buy. Because the price comes right, put it down, you lose 1/3 of the thing the minute you brought it in.
So if they tell you the prices to purchase.
You got a lease for 3 years, and then you can buy, if they're in good shape, you can buy them or turn them in.
I think that's what we need to do. That's
Yeah,
what
I think it's a good
I'm
idea.
pushing Steve to review that and come up with recommendations.
Yeah.
Anything else you think we should?
Isaac brought something up to me about teaching. Did he bring this up to you about? Okay. Some kind of protection from weather and basically weather, some kind of a tent.
He did, him and Danny did present.
Okay. And he did say something about using the old tent top and making something.
Good point, good question.
I don't know. Well, I don't know what that entails.
On that, I don't know. He didn't bring that to us. No. He didn't.
He said something to me about it. And the price, it was something, heavy duty that he would need, I would say.
I mean, I actually gonna need a frame.
Exactly, yeah, well, that's what I mean. How
And then you're gonna cut the other one, you don't need one as big as the tent.
No,
the old tent?
you know what they look
But
like.
you
They're
gotta
gonna
find
teach-
somebody
they-
that-
They actually have them, like Titleist have a teaching tent. It's something that's.
I don't know.
It's closed in, there's flaps. If you go to like Joe and Lee's, they have them there.
Really?
Joe and Lee's, and they have them, they're using them there, they have them there. I don't think they sell them, but.
I had classes at one time, but without a house, they took south.
Yeah,
And
right,
then it
right,
rained.
yes, yeah.
But that was a building.
But they have, over on the other side, on the open area, he has some of those, I don't know what they cost, but I know they have them, they're heavy duty. You know, it's something that you leave up and take down in the fall. Well, that's something you'll look into, or have him look into it, get
Right,
he gets the information.
And you get it.
What is
They have interest in
Steel shed.
something.
You can wreck them
It
steel.
is, Bobby, if you can get someone to do it, it's free advertising.
You know, there is one that I think would be just nice. You know the park over here by Rivers Inn?
Yeah,
That little park?
yeah.
The city put over there a plastic one.
Oh,
It is, it is four corners, four posts,
Yeah,
and it's maybe from there to there,
Quite big.
and it's about maybe 20 feet
yeah,
wide.
right, yeah.
I mean, that would be almost like a permanent. You could even use that.
But they take the cover off in the winter time.
Oh, they took the cover off.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying, yeah, they take it off in the winter.
so this is the same kind of thing, but I mean, I think the poles can stay out there, but the top and the sides, you know, would
That
have.
looks like the top is a plastic top.
Yeah, I've seen that, I know what you're right, I don't know if it's
I
firm
think it's
plastic.
permanent.
Yeah, probably,
I didn't, well, I was here this winter, but I didn't much try it.
I'm gonna have something like that made for my motor. It's gonna be like 41 feet long, about 18 feet, like $3,500.
Are you gonna carry that?
yeah, this thing was, I don't
Carry it
know,
around.
I mean, are you going to, doesn't fold?
Oh, no, it's a permit switch. I was gonna put it in my yard,
Or run it under?
to drive under it, yeah.
Like a cop would do.
Yeah.
let you.
Sometimes the rules come in. Well, gentlemen, we threw out this, so any other thing you guys like to bring up or us to look into, or we show you our list that we have in the Greens Committee, that the things that we're chasing, and trying to have them do it. And, but if there's anything else you think we should do, we have it on to.
No, that's a good list.
Yeah, we'll try to pick it in, and I go over there and look at, he likes to cut trees, that's one.
Oh. Yeah, well, that's- how's he feeling, by the way?
Yeah, he's, why you doing
Here's an MRI tonight,
9 o'clock?
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
The knee, I guess, is still bothering me pretty bad.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Well, he's maneuvering pretty well, yeah.
He moves, yeah.
It's supposed to be on crutches, but not walking on that. So we'll see how that goes. Next meeting,
Yeah, that's what I'm writing down here. Next meeting, anybody has a
What do we
comment?
got, I don't know the dates.
Zoom?
June what? The 25th, I'm not here, I don't know if that's.
So what is the Thursday before that?
25th is on a Friday.
Huh?
Oh, it
June
isn't?
25th is on a Friday.
Alright, so I'm not here that Thursday either.
I won't be here then.
The 24th, I'm not here. 22, 23, 24, 25.
What about the one before that?
I'm here then. What's that?
On the Thursday, we
Oh, the last one, what do you
17th.
want to do? You want us to do the last one,
Here we go.
or the one in the middle of the one? I thought it would be the last one.
maybe it's the last one.
The last one, what is
There's
that?
no,
Last one would be 24th.
there's no issue with the,
Oh, 24 is you guys.
I'm gone, I'm out of here.
24, 94, 7, was through 22
Yeah,
days.
I'm not here the 20, I'm not
Some
here
days,
the
30
20,
days.
23, 24, 25.
Was about the
The
one
week before would be on the 17th.
Everybody available on the 17th?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. All right with that?
217,
Here?
Thursday.
Yeah,
Here?
sure. I'll send the bulletin.
4 o'clock.
or Clark, right?
A motion to adjourn.
Broken record.
To adjourn.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.